Thermometers are speedometers for atoms. There are very old marine animals still alive who remember the time before motors and sonars when oceans were silent. Most straight men flirt more with their homies than they do with women. A little kid can be naked in public, but not in pictures or online, but adults can't be naked in public, but can be in pictures online. Maybe kids suck at understanding time because when parents say 5 minutes, it's never actually 5 minutes. 6 to 6:30 feels more half an hour than 5:50 to 6:20. Listening to podcasts before bed is the adult version of story time. If all criminals stopped robbing, then the security industry would fall, in which they could then easily go back to robbing. Real growth starts when you're tired of your own shit. The fact that magicians do what they do without magic is way cooler than if they could actually use magic. Peter Parker was way ahead of his time, becoming an influencer that monetized his own self as. Scorpions don't inspire nearly as much fear as spiders, despite basically being armored battle spiders. You're constantly licking yourself. One of the most common dashed hopes has to be driving up to an empty parking spot but finding a small car in it. A tonic to make you stop loving someone would outsell a tonic to make someone love you. Middle age is enjoying Stranger Things while simultaneously knowing for a fact kids didn't speak to each other like that in the 80s. Group projects with useless classmates is the educational system preparing you for a future job with lazy-ass coworkers. You think it's a school-only thing, but it actually never ends. Batman fights the mentally ill, Spider-Man fights people who get fired from their job. The universal measurement for carpet dirtiness is how loud it crinkles when you vacuum it. It is literally impossible for a Chinese speaker to be a flat earther, as the Chinese word for earth is zero, which literally translates as ground sphere or ground ball. People believe humanity would unite against a common alien enemy, but we still haven't even eradicated our terrestrial enemy. Mosquitoes. If we are living in a simulation, then strange things like Bigfoot, aliens, UFO encounters, etc. could be Easter eggs left by the developers. It's easier to stay up till 5 a.m. than wake up at 5 a.m. Ariel doesn't know what a fork is for while her dad wields a trident. Snipers can't be flat earthers. After people eating Tide Pods, snorting condoms, licking ice cream and putting it back. It's not that crazy to believe 300,000 will storm Area 51. If we're made mostly of water, the ability to turn water into wine would also be the ability to kill anyone with alcohol poisoning. You don't truly understand the power of your jaw until you try to squish a Skittle with your fingers. The Matrix was just a big LAN party. Adulthood is when you get excited for picking out the exact correct size of Tupperware when putting away the leftovers. Funny how in cartoons like The Roadrunner, when villains make a plan and it almost works but fails for some little mistake, they never say hey let's repeat this, but without the mistake, and instead, they just go make a new plan that fails. Jolene must have been hot as fuck if even Dolly couldn't compete. Nothing rhymes in sign language. Free money on your birthday is like passing go and collecting $200 in Monopoly. If you were a fictional character in a movie or TV show, you could tell where the cameras are by checking if any product logos around you are suspiciously all facing the same direction. People named Karen must despise the internet at this point. If monsters were real, we would probably just consider them dangerous animals. People used to make fun of computer nerds, now everyone is on their smartphones all day long. Maybe zombies always shout out brains because they are telling you how to kill them and put them out of their misery. There's probably quite a few people that have died while listening to Stayin' Alive. Trading card companies' marketing is so good that they created the demand for their own products out of nothing. Because of their marketing, they manage to sell utterly worthless products for inflamed prices, and people just accept it. If fireflies didn't exist on Earth and we visited an alien planet to see huge groups of tiny, flying, light-up animals, it would blow our fucking minds. Considering how technologically advanced cars have become, it's kind of funny that they still haven't designed windshield wipers that clear the whole windshield. Everything looks smarter is a quote. Technically, someone really is the dumbest person in the world. Theme park employees must be good at telling the difference between screams of horror and excitement. Bill Gates' children will likely never outdo him and just be known as Bill Gates' kids for the rest of their lives. Surprisingly, death metal isn't appropriate for funerals. To plant 1 trillion trees to save the planet at 1 per second would take nearly 32,000 years, but if a fifth of the human species planted 33 a day each, it would take just 1 month and we'd all be real actual superheroes. In less time than it takes to get a six-pack. As soon as driverless cars are mainstream, people will be looking for software hacks that tweak the software so their car can go 5 to 10 miles per hour over the speed limit.